Rainbow friends, it's Miss Gay. We're going to read another Easter story. It's called Bunny's Easter Bonnet, written by Nan Roloff and Amy Flynn, and illustrated by Amy Flynn also. One bright spring day, Clarence and Clarissa Cottontail were on their way to the meadow to gather flowers. Suddenly, Clarissa looked up. There, stuck to the old cherry tree, was a big poster. It said, "Alfalfaville Easter Parade, come one, come all. The best bonnet wins the grand prize." At the bottom of the poster was a picture of the grand prize, a shiny red bicycle built for two, just right for the twin bunnies. "Look, Clarence," said Clarissa, "let's make a bonnet. I just know that we can win that bicycle." The twins took their wagon and off they went, dreaming of the special bonnet they would make and what they would need to make it. First, they went to Farmer Fluffytail's farm to get some straw. "What are you two up to?" asked Farmer Fluffytail when he had loaded up the wagon. "You just wait and see," answered Clarence and Clarissa. Next, they hurried over to Miss Hedgehog's fabric shop. "We would like a bunch of ribbon and a few yards of silk, please," said Clarence and Clarissa. "Pick out what you like," said Miss Hedgehog cheerfully. "But what are you making?" "You'll find out soon," answered Clarence and Clarissa. Their last stop was Pop Badger's hardware store, where they bought a roll of chicken wire and some buckets of brightly colored paint. "It's for a bonnet," said Clarence. "A special bonnet," said Clarissa. "Chicken wire and paint to make a bonnet? I never heard of that," said Pop, scratching his head. When Clarence and Clarissa had everything they needed in the wagon, they hauled it up to Grandpa Cottontail's old barn at the top of the hill. "It's fun to have a secret," they agreed. Then they locked the barn door and got to work right away, making their special secret Easter bonnet. Now everyone in Alfalfaville was busy making special bonnets of their own. Pansy Pig was designing a pretty bonnet she called the Vegetable Patch. She planned to eat the whole thing as soon as she won the grand prize. Garth Goat was hard at work on his own bonnet, made entirely of garbage. He was very proud of his bonnet. It was 100% recycled. Darlene Duck and her family were fashioning a bonnet from a kite with a long, long tail. The day of the Easter parade arrived at last. How bright and breezy it was. The Alfalfaville High School band struck up a lively march and started down Main Street. The sidewalks were filled with townspeople, eager to see what wonderful bonnets their friends had made. Mayor Rooster perched on the grandstand. He looked so handsome in his top hat and tails. By his side clucked his lovely wife, who would help decide the winner of the grand prize. At last, the moment everyone was waiting for. The contestants, dressed in their Easter best, came parading down the street. Oohs and ahs sounded all around as the wonderful Easter bonnets went by, each one special in its own way. Suddenly, a young beaver cried, "Look!" Coming down the hill from the barn were Clarence and Clarissa, proudly pulling a big wagon with their enormous Easter bonnet riding on top. It was fantastic. It was amazing. Everyone stared at the twins as their bonnet on wheels rolled closer, down and down the hill, slowly at first, then faster and faster and faster. Clarence and Clarissa tried to hold on. "Help! We can't stop it!" yelled the twins, hanging onto the sides of the giant bonnet. "Ack, squawk, eek!" cried all the animals on Alfalfaville as they ran in all directions to get out of the way. Suddenly a breeze picked up the bonnet and lifted it high off the wagon. Up and away went the bonnet, and up and away went the bunnies as they held on for dear life. The amazing bonnet swirled and dipped and danced through the air. and the view was so incredible that the twins forgot to be afraid at all. "Look," cried Clarence, "I can see Grandpa's farm and the whole town at one time." Shops and schools and parks sped by as the bunnies waved to their friends below. At last, the breeze quieted down and placed the bonnet, oh so gently, right at the mayor's feet. "Hooray!" cried the animals. "Hooray for Clarence and Clarissa!" said Mayor Rooster, preparing himself for a speech. "I think everyone will agree that Clarence and Clarissa Cottontail have created a truly amazing Easter bonnet and a memorable day for all of Alfalfaville. Besides, therefore, I hereby award them the grand prize." How everyone cheered as the twins were presented with the shiny red bicycle built for two. "Thank you, everybody," said Clarence and Clarissa. Then the Cottontails hopped on their new bike and pedaled off. I'll see you next story, Rainbow Friends. Bye.